Spider-Man Brand New Day is now a top 10 movie. The box office is insane. Spider-Man has officially done it again. Spider-Man Brand New Day has now climbed into the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time, and the latest box office numbers are absolutely ridiculous. The movie has now made $691,066,077 domestically, $1,017,739,165 internationally, and a jaw-dropping $1,708,805,242 worldwide. Yes, over $1.7 billion. And here's the crazy part. The movie is still making money. So could Spider-Man actually climb even higher before its theatrical run is over? Let's break down exactly how much Brand New Day has made, where the money is coming from, and how far this movie could go. And if you're a Spider-Man fan, hit that like button right now, because this box office run is getting serious. Let's start with the biggest number. Spider-Man Brand New Day has now officially crossed the $1.7 billion mark worldwide. The current total stands at $1,708,805,242. That's not a prediction. That's not a future estimate. That's the money the movie has already made.
And when you remember that this is happening during a single theatrical run, it's absolutely massive. Spider-Man didn't just swing into the billion-dollar club, he kicked the door open. Now let's look at North America. The movie has made an incredible $691,066 million domestically. That's nearly $700 million from the United States and Canada alone. Think about how many movie tickets that represents. And the movie isn't finished yet, so that domestic number could continue climbing. And if it gets past $700 million, well, let's just say Spider-Man's bank account is looking healthier than Peter Parker's ever has. But here's where things get even crazier. Outside the United States and Canada, Brand New Day has collected $1,017,739,165 international box office. That's more than $1 billion internationally. And this tells us something very important. Spider-Man isn't just a massive American superhero, he is a global phenomenon. From Asia to Europe, from Latin America to other international markets, audiences around the world are continuing to turn out for Peter Parker. The web isn't just covering New York anymore, it's covering the entire planet. And here's the biggest update.
This movie is no longer simply competing with other superhero films. It is now competing with some of the biggest box office monsters cinema has ever produced. Movies that dominated theaters for months, and Spider-Man has now joined them. That's a huge achievement. And the most interesting question is, how much higher can it go? At $1,708,805,242, the movie is now less than $100 million away from $1.8 billion. That's the next major milestone. And if the movie continues bringing audiences into theaters, crossing $1.8 billion becomes a very realistic possibility. But there's an even bigger number waiting after that, $2 billion. To reach $2 billion, Brand New Day needs roughly another $291 million. That's a lot of money. But remember, this movie has already made more than $1.7 billion. So the question isn't whether Spider-Man can make money. We already know he can. The real question is, can he keep the momentum going long enough to reach $2 billion? So why are audiences showing up in such huge numbers? One word, Spider-Man. The character has been one of the most popular superheroes in the world for decades. Then you add Tom Holland's version of Peter Parker. You add the enormous success of the previous Spider-Man movies. You add Marvel Studios. You add the curiosity surrounding this new chapter. And suddenly, you have a recipe for a box office monster. But there's another important factor. People want to know what happens next to Peter Parker. After everything he went through, audiences are curious about where his story goes from here.
And apparently, they're willing to pay for a ticket to find out. So let's put these insane numbers together. Spider-Man Brand New Day has now made domestic $691,066,077. International $1,017,739,165. Worldwide $1,708,805,242. And the movie has now entered the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time. That's a massive achievement. And considering the movie is still earning money, the final number could be even bigger. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Spider-Man Brand New Day will reach $2 billion? Or do you think its box office run will slow down before it gets there? Personally, after seeing it cross $1.7 billion, I wouldn't bet against Spider-Man just yet. Because every time it looks like Peter Parker has reached his limit, he finds another web. So what do you think? 1.8 billion? 1.9 billion? or $2 billion? Drop your prediction in the comments. And if you're enjoying these movie box office updates, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because we're going to keep tracking Spider-Man Brand New Day until we see exactly where this movie finally lands. And if Spider-Man reaches $2 billion, you already know we're going to be talking about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.